And now, I get on the helicopter.
Everybody hear me okay? Yeah. Okay, good. My name's Eric. I'm your pilot. Momentarily go. First thing, they give you a brief on the TV inside, right? Okay. Next to the right people should be Sarah and Larry up front. Hello. And then Elaine, Charles, Stephen, and Kransing in the back. Good. Everybody's here. That's the start. Again, my name's Eric. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple of additional briefs to what they gave you inside. Air conditioning vents is first. You got one right there in the front. A couple above you here. You can move if you need to. In the back there above your heads, you can move them around. Right next to you, sir, there are controls. This yellow one is the gas to the engine, so you don't want to kick it. Just be mindful that it's there where your feet are. If anything falls down there, microphone, anything at all, let me know. I'll reach down and get it out for you. Next thing is the comfort bags, which is lots of fun, right here in front. Back there in these pouches. They don't really get used that often, so I wouldn't worry about it, but if you do feel it, step 1 is admit it, step 2 is get a bag, step 3 may not be necessary. It's hard to say. What you don't want to have happen, though, is that you need one of those bags, which is fine, but if you got to fumble around trying to get it open because you wait too long, it might not be fine. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Just be messy. Next are the microphones. There's one microphone up in the front here. There are 2 in the back. 1 and 2. Best way to operate these microphones is to hold the button down while you talk. Hold it right up close to your mouth and speak normally. If you would, try them out. Let's make sure that they're working. Oh, wait.
3, 4, 5.
Come on, there you go.
Testing.
That's 1, 2.
Testing.
And 3. Perfect.
Testing.
Now they have to be off for takeoff until we're done talking with the tower. I'll give you a heads up when they're back on. As we come into land at the end of the flight, I got to turn them off again, so you can expect that. And that's it. Everybody's ready? All right, here we go. Okay, check it out. We're clear from the tower. Microphones are back up. Any questions or comments that you do have, please feel free. Within reason, I can accommodate requests, and all I mean by that is the microphone upside down. Would be fun. Not gonna buzz the hotels. That'd be really fun, but I would get fired, which wouldn't be very fun for me. Might be fun for you to watch me explain this to my wife. What we'll do instead is go to that valley right over there initially. That's called the Waihe'i Valley, which means squid liquid. It's more than a fair trade-off, to be honest with you, for upside down flying and hotel buzzing. This is the northeast side of West Maui, which of course is the windward side. Trade winds come in out of the northeast most days of the year, and today's no exception. As a result of that, clouds build out here, the weather. About 400 inches of rain on average per year on the windward side of the Hawaiian Islands, which is pretty darn close to 900 centimeters. Rainforests are out here too, imagine that. That valley, again, its name is Squid Liquid, which is a funny name for a valley, right? But what it refers to is a story from ancient Hawaii that involved two demigods. One was named Pele, goddess of fire and volcanoes. The other one was a male mute demigod living in that valley. I don't know his name because he was mute. He didn't tell anybody. Apparently he couldn't write either. Not sure how you get to be a demigod. Not be able to write your name. Anyways, Pele, goddess of fire and volcanoes, is known throughout Hawaiian history to be a troublemaker. She didn't really like anybody, and if she did, it wasn't for very long. She didn't like the male mute demigod in Waihe'i Valley, so she told him, jump in the water, dude, swim to Oahu, get married, and if you do, you'll be able to speak. He was like, wow, alright. Speaking and married. So he jumped in to go get married. Of course, there was no girl. There was a giant squid, which Pele had coordinated to kill him. Of course, being a demigod, he killed the squid pretty easily and threw its remains, they say, all over portions of the Hawaiian Islands, to include, in particular, windward sides. So the name liquid, Squid Liquid, referring to the innards of that squid, or its guts. So you could call this valley Squid Guts, and you wouldn't be wrong. I've been in here a lot, though. Never seen any guts. Or squid, for that matter. I did see my son, who's about 4.5 feet tall, jump off a 15-foot rock into a big pool in this valley. That was gutsy, but not guts like we're talking about. Nonetheless, it is very slippery in this valley. Full hit on most windward sides because of all the rain, not because of guts. So you can spin all and no leaf falls. And say what I heard the first time I asked what Waihe'i meant. The ancient Hawaiian valleys, of course, were sacred and ominous, oftentimes places of ritual. I don't think it's hard to understand why. We're going to cross another pretty big valley here shortly, not as big as that one, called Kahakaloa Valley. It's right there. If you follow Kahakaloa Valley down to the shoreline with your eyeballs, you come to a little town called Kahakaloa. There's a bay after that called Kahakaloa. And there's a big dome on the right side of the bay there. Guess what it's called? Kahakaloa. You see that quite a bit in Hawaii, where the name down the shoreline is repeated all the way up the slope. Reason for that? When the Hawaiians divided land, they started with what they called a mokopuni. This means island. That was then divided into smaller sections called moko, which were like districts or counties. And within each of those, oftentimes, there were triangular divisions called ahupua'a, which means pig altar. So picture a point in the valley right here on our right, and a triangle running down the shoreline like a slice of pizza. You got the idea how they did it. Did it that way because up high would be trees for building, fresh water going on down from the rain. As you get out by the shoreline, there are flat areas for homes and crops. Then the ocean for fishing. So that division provided everything the people living on it needed, only had one name. That one down there on the right of the dome at the end would have been Kakaloa, Ahupua'a, o Maui. Those divisions aren't recognized anymore. But more often than not, the names you see of towns and bays and beach parks are indeed the names of those old divisions. Which is kind of cool, I think. It's an opinion. The name of that triangular division, Ahupua'a, which again means pig altar, refers back to when the king and the royal family would make a journey around the island to check on things. Every time they entered a new section of land, there'd be a big stone altar with a sacrificed pig on top of it. Hence the name, Ahupua'a. Those altars came to mark the boundaries. What was there one of these islands that was, that was put apart for, what was a leper colony?
Yeah, it's on the backside of Molokai where we're going.
Okay.
These are all pineapple fields here. Pineapple fields, pineapple fields. See the shape of the field pretty easily these days. It's a long rectangular segment with a rounded edge. They're shaped that way because of how they're planted, harvested, fertilized, and watered. Vehicles drive around the edge with an arm that sticks about halfway across. The two agricultural products that are typically associated with Hawaii, pineapple and sugarcane, are almost gone from the state because of labor costs. You don't see nearly as much.
Are there any animals that live up here wild?
Yeah, we have deer and the pigs, the boar, the tusk, and then we have mountain goats. We have mongoose too. They brought the mongoose in to eat the rats, but rats are nocturnal, mongoose aren't. Now we have both. 18 months to 2 years to grow pineapple though. Long time, but you should wait, because they taste good, they're healthy, and if you eat a pineapple too soon, it can be toxic. Not so healthy. That's Kapalua, Ritz-Carlton area there, Plantation Golf Course, where they play the PGA Tour event each year. We're going to head across Pailolo Channel to get to Molokai now. Straight ahead. All these channels have names. Crossing the channels was a pretty big deal for the ancient Hawaiians, a sacred endeavor indeed. Typically they did it in canoes. Nowadays, it's a little easier. But there are still canoe crossings all the time. Well, not all the time, but every year there's a long-distance canoe racing season, which a lot of the races go in between them. This race here from Kapalua to Kanakakai Pier in the middle of Molokai called Pailolo is about 27 miles, and it's one of the more fun ones worldwide because it's pretty much a straight downwind shot. Now coming up on halfway, and if you're willing to tell me where you're all from.
We're from Long Beach, California.
Really?
And sitting next to them, two people from Wales in the United Kingdom, visiting daughters in Southern California.
Oh, very good.
We're just a little bit north of Toronto, Canada.
Are you a Maple Leafs fan?
Sorry?
Are you a Maple Leafs fan?
I'm not a big hockey fan, but most people there are.
You just got a whole bunch of good baseball players too. From Florida, right? My family's all from Escondido, that's Southern California. Sort of. I didn't. Wales, though.
Rugby players.
Right.